gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas.
Well, for the better part of this season, senior wideout Tanner Dabbert has been the Central Bobcats' go-to guy when they need a big play. Tonight, no different. Down late in the fourth quarter. Who do they go to? Well, 1-7 himself, Tanner Dabbert. Yeah, the kids from West Texas pulling out the dub tonight, as Joe Hyde would put it. 34-31 over the Haltom City Buffaloes, as they are now playoff bound. Not too bad, shall we say. All right, good evening and welcome to Haltom City, Texas. I'm Manny Diaz. Tanner Dabbert absolutely playing out of his mind, responsible for 4 touchdowns for the Bobcats tonight, including that game-winning touchdown. Coming up, we're going to hear from Dabbert himself, along with head coach Brent Davis. But more importantly, how pumped and what was the reaction from Davis following this one, and what it all means for this program, not to mention how the Bobcats overcame this one. That's what truly stood out in this one. But first things first, how about those Twisted Root highlights?
Let's get to the action. The Bobcats playing on grass for the first time in the Brent Davis era. Obvious goal, get the dub in a playoff berth. But the Cats' O-line, well, vowing to keep Malachi Brown's all-white jersey fresh and clean. Opening Haltom drive, the Buffaloes knocking on the door. Adam Hill to a wide-open Jared Bean over the middle. And Haltom is on the board for 7-0 Buffs. Very next Central drive, the kids from West Texas have an answer. It's in the form of Tanner Dabbert. Get a good look at this play because there's a good chance we'll see it again. Dab going 65 yards to the house, and this one's all tied at 7. Under 5 to go in the opening frame, Haltom up 10-7, but here come the Bobcats. Malachi Brown to this guy, Jalen Leifesty. Away announcers never get his name right. Leifesty making the nice grab here. Few plays later, Central setting up for an Eric Rodriguez 42-yard field goal attempt. Unfortunately goes wide right, but Rodriguez would have a chance to redeem himself. Next Haltom possession. How about this Bobcats defense? Kente Nichols coming from the safety spot, and the sophomore there for the pick. Are you kidding me? The Bobcats offense back to work now. Hand off to Chris Jackson, who takes it for a big gain to move the chains. But Central having to settle for another Eric Rodriguez field goal. This time, 8-5, sending this one through the uprights for the 25-yard field goal to make this game all square at 10. Early moments of the second quarter, the Buffaloes would have an answer. Adam Hill with the quarterback keeper, and we are tied no more. Haltom up 17-10. But the Buffaloes not quite done yet with the first half. Hill going top shelf to the junior wideout Jace Washington. Only so much Kyson Nelson can do there as Haltom goes up 24-10. Meanwhile, Central down but not out. Hand off to Chris Jackson, and look at him go for the 57-yard run. Jackson good for 91 yards rushing when it was all said and done. How about this kid? But the Bobcats unable to cash in for 6, instead settle for a 33-yard Eric Rodriguez field goal. Haltom up 24-13 at the break. To the fourth quarter where it got real interesting. Score now 31-27. That angry orange defense putting that hashtag eat to work. Ty Casey and company getting to Adam Hill. Then on 4th and 8, Haltom needing to win by 11 or more to clinch a playoff spot. But holla at your boy Anthony Gonzalez, who comes up clutch for the sack. This Bobcats defense putting in work tonight. Under 5 to go in the game now, Central looking to put this one to bed and pretty much going back to the play, back to the guy that got it all started on Friday night. Tanner Dabbert, my man, 1-7 here for the 60-yard touchdown, his 4th of the night, as the Central Bobcats not only score the win in the playoff berth, but clinch the program's 10th straight playoff appearance. Let's check that Texas Bank scoreboard as the Bobcats end Haltom season 34-31. Malachi Brown good for 375 yards passing, while Tanner Dabbert hauled in just over 200 yards receiving. Oh, so good. After the game, the Cats talked about the win, Dab's big night, and of course, that Bobcats defense.
It's just huge. I mean, coming all the way to Haltom and playing on a grass field with mud and, overcoming a lot of adversity tonight. We didn't play great the first half, got a lot better the second half, and, made the playoffs. That's that's 10 in a row for us in the playoffs, you know, and that's a huge, huge deal to us and keep our streak going.
Talk about that last touchdown and how that kind of all came together.
Yeah, go out there on the field. We know we need to score. We're down by 3. Coach calls a good play. Mal makes a good read. O-line holds up, and I was able to make a play on the ball, and we were gone.
Well, I mean, he's doing it all year. I mean, he's our ace in the hole. He's our best football player on offense, and we know that. And everybody else knows it too, though, and so it makes it tough. But we found ways to get him the ball, and we knew he'd produce it if we could get it to him. The whole second half with our defense, we held them to 7 points in the second half, you know, and we had to have a chance to win this thing. And started off kind of sluggish, but got a lot better in the second half, made a few adjustments again, got better in the second half with those guys. The last play there on their quarterback was big. You know, we started playing a lot better in the second half.
Yeah, they were super clutch for us. I mean, 4 minutes left. They have a great offense, Haltom does, and for our defense to pull up with a stop to win us the game right there, that was huge, and I know everyone was excited for him.
How much momentum does this give you guys heading into the postseason?
I think this gives us a ton of momentum. I think everyone over there is excited to get back to work and have another week of playing football, and I think we all just excited to get into the playoffs and keep this thing moving.
Coach Davis said it, 10 years straight of making the playoffs. How sweet is that to continue that?
Yeah, it's sweet. You know, I've been living in San Angelo most of my life and have seen all those great teams, and, you know, just wanting to follow in the footsteps and keep the tradition going.
When it comes to Tanner Dabbert's 4 touchdowns, a.k.a. the hat trick +1, oh, say less. The fourth score was the one that the Bobcats truly needed when Malachi Brown found him in the fourth quarter for the 60-yard touchdown and the go-ahead lead. Tanner absolutely gave this Haltom defense fits all night long, which is why the Brown to Dab connection lifting the Bobcats to the win, and playoff berth is good for this week's Community Medical Center Play of the Game. This roller coaster ride of a season continues for Brent Davis and the Central Bobcats. One thing's for sure, there were plenty of moments to lie down and wave the white flag this season, but like this playoff-clinching win over Haltom, the Bobcats never gave up. What's interesting is that the Haltom following in the press box during the game was so confident that their team would beat Central that they were already making plans for next week's playoff opener until the fourth quarter happened. If you think about it, this showdown against Haltom was something like this entire season. Started off a little slow while encountering a few bumps in the road, only to bow up and answer the call when their backs were against the wall. Outside of Tanner Dabbert's 60-yard touchdown to seal the win, it was Anthony Gonzalez and the Bobcats defense who came up clutch, giving Central a chance to win and save the season. This victory not only keeps the Bobcats alive in 2019, but the current legacy of the program in clinching its 10th consecutive postseason appearance. If you would have told someone prior to the arrival of Brent Davis and his staff when the Bobcats were the doormat of West Texas that Central would endure this kind of success in years to come, one would have likely been laughed out of town. But the fact of the matter is that a level of success has been set. Powerhouse programs like Duncanville and South Lake Carroll are likely waiting in the third round, but the only thing standing in the Cats' way of making a run into the postseason is themselves. They're already on this crazy roller coaster, so why not finish the ride?
Well, in case you're wondering what the future looks like for the Bobcats program, well, Thursday scores, this should tell you plenty. The freshman Orange team beat Haltom 30-0. They finished the season at 9-1. They're district champs. Central freshman Blue team also pull off another shutout, 14-0. They finished the season at 8-1, also district champs. JV Blue team getting a win, 26-7. They finished the season at 7-3. And then that JV Orange team, undefeated, 10-0, 6-0 in district. They pull off a 27-0 win, as they are also district champions as well. All right, good stuff from the teams on Thursday night. The future of Friday Night Lights for the Central Bobcats, that's for sure. All right, moving forward to the playoffs. Yeah, we're talking playoffs for the Bobcats. They'll take on Arlington Martin in the bi-district round next week. They'll be back here in the Dallas Metroplex out in Arlington at the University of Texas Arlington Maverick Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff between those two. All right, before we leave you tonight, we can't say goodbye without those W&W AFCO Steel sounds of the game, and oh so much sweeter when we're talking about a Bobcat win. All right, for the Angelo Live Cover 1 crew, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night, God bless. We'll see you in the Bi-District round.